As a marriage coach, I have a few tips for you, for those who are married or in the process of becoming married within this game or this music game, because there are so many things that happen within this game, and I think we want to keep it basic. And by keeping it basic, let's start with the letter B first. Be consistent. And what I mean by when I say be consistent, if you say you're going to be someplace, you be there. A, avoid temptation. Now, I know that might be hard with being in the studio and all of these fabulously beautiful, wonderful women walking around, half-dressed, but you have to avoid temptation because that's where the part of trust comes in. Then we have S, set boundaries. Now, what do I mean by set boundaries? Most people, like yourself, know and understand that most of you guys decide, or women, decide that you want to go into the studio at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, why not set some boundaries where you allow your producers, or tell your producers or the people who are dealing with your studio time that you move the time up? How about move it up during the day, during regular business hours, so that you're actually able to spend that quality time with your mate that they desire to have? Then I, involve your mate. Involve them in the process. Allow them to come to the studio. Allow them to become a part of it. Allow them to also sit down with you and review and look over your contracts so that you also know, so that they understand exactly what it is that you're getting yourself involved with. And C, communicate. Communication, I would have to say, is the number one, but I saved it for last for a reason. Because communication is the number one reason why most people divorce and why they break up outside of finances. But if you communicate about the time that you're spending in the studio, you communicate with one another about where you say you are and where you're going to be and how you're going to be there and only there. If you make a decision to leave and go somewhere else, it's okay to communicate. With today's technology, with text messaging being the way that it is, with FaceTime being the way that it is, you can just FaceTime her, text her, say, sweetie, I'm leaving the studio, I'm going to get myself something to eat, or we're going over to the after party. So just make sure to it that you communicate. And those are my tips for today.